indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, that was nice, but not as nice as our last one where we had all the kids here who really know how to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, our first item is correspondence. Do we have any this evening?
We do not have any correspondence this evening.
Okay, next would be comments for the public. This would be the point if someone were interested in going to the meeting. Guess not. Okay, we'll move on to Superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Cody. As most of you know, we had our big foundation event Saturday evening, and I'm pleased to announce that we or the foundation raised over $15,000. So we had held a foundation meeting the previous Tuesday, and I think we were projecting somewhere about 150 people, but I believe there were probably more like 250 there. So thank you to all the foundation members that helped out, and then thank you to the 30 acts that showed up to participate in the talent show. So it was really a great night for a number of community members and a lot of our kids. So. And then we had our kindergarten roundup last week, and we had nearly 163 kindergartners come through. Typically, it's in the 140, so we had a pretty good turnout. The previous Tuesday evening, we had, I think, nearly 150 parents show up for the kindergarten roundup. So it's been a successful week in terms of kindergarten. We anticipate probably getting another 20, 25 students beyond this, so help bolster some of those numbers and fall for it. So we're excited about this kindergarten class, and hopefully the numbers will stay positive. So that concludes my report.
Great, thank you. Okay, move on to discussion items. We have two tonight, and the first one looks much more interesting than the second, so receive. Teachers learning together.
He's really interested.
Why not? We'll just, like you had before. Oh, sorry, Steve. I wasn't there. I didn't know that.
Well, thank you so much for having us here this evening. We have an exciting initiative happening at Haslett Middle School and Haslett High School. This is our second year. I'm Diane Newman, the RTI coach at both middle and the high school. So let's get right there. Last year, the school year 2010-2011, we had 3 TLT teams at middle school and 3 TLT teams at the high school. So that's a total of 12 of our teachers were involved in this training. It was 2 days of training in October and 1 follow-up day in February. This school year, we had 2 teams from middle school, 4 teachers, and 4 plus teams at the high school, which is 9 teachers. So same type of training, 2 days in fall and 1 day in the winter. So we had a total of 25 teachers involved in this initiative. It was incredibly successful, incredibly exciting, and guess what? We made the Grand Rapids Herald newspaper front page. Yes, we did. And we made the Denver the Viking Metric Tree List. Top 10 newspaper in Haslett, and we made the front page of the Viking Metric Tree List. So what exactly are TLTs anyways? And so in the true spirit of what we were trained in through Dr. Kevin Feldman, the trainer, I will tell you what TLTs are. So I'm going to have you guys see my students, and Dr. Feldman calls it, this is a fist of knowledge. And this fist means I don't know anything. This is going to help me out. This is, I've heard of TLTs, but not too much. This is, I've heard of TLTs, I know a little bit. This is, I've heard of TLTs, I've talked about it, I know somewhat. This is, boy, I know about this, you can test me on this. This is, move over, Newman, I'm going to present this. Okay? So show me with your hands, fist of knowledge, your understanding of TLTs. Okay? If you'd like to be private about it, you can go here. We do that with our students. And this is a method that we use with our students, both for formative assessing as we're moving through a lesson. We can use it pre-vocabulary, during vocabulary instruction, or after, to see, we just briefly look at our kids and say, where are you at in your learning? One of the keys to this program is making our thinking visible. So we will assess our kids as we're moving along. Okay, where are you at with this initiative? I need to do some more teaching. And what I got from you guys, not you guys, is I need to do some more teaching. So again, in keeping with the spirit of this initiative, I'm going to have you orally respond. Because the other thing that Dr. Feldman talked to us about was active engagement. And one of those ways is orally responding. So the acronym is TLT, and TLT stands for Teachers Learning Together. What does TLT stand for, everyone?
Teachers learning together.
Very good. And then when you orally respond, like for teaching new vocabulary, it's important that these words roll off the kids' tongues so they become their own. They use it, they connect with it, and they own it. So that's a way of using vocabulary. Also, we can use it as we're going through a unit of study. We can, if I have a question where I know that about 80% of my kids are with me, I can say, today's board meeting is the first day of the week, and that day is what day, everyone? Let's say it again. What day, everyone?
Monday.
Okay, tomorrow will be Tuesday. So I know the kids know it. It's a way to keep them actively involved in the lesson and responding and with me. Because we don't want any vertical siestas going on in class. So we're trying to keep our kids going. So this is what the TLT initiative is. However, exactly what is it? Well, his description is a lead trainer with Dr. Kevin Feldman. He's the director of reading and intervention in Sonoma County, California. He's an independent educational consultant with the ICD contracted to come do this. He's certainly our rock star in Peru. And I won't name any names, Rachel, but we love him. He's very approachable, very down to earth, and most importantly, he walks the talk. That he just went up huge amounts of credibility in my eyes, and he actually does some teaching in our school. The TLT commitment that each of these teachers signed on to was those 3 days of PD, 2 in the fall, 1 in the winter. They were asked to create lesson plans to implement these strategies and techniques that he taught. They were asked to be observed and observe their TLT partner, and then just to try out some good quality teaching stuff for those teachers. The final thing, the PD focus was, again, as you see up top right there, was improving adolescent literacy by using those explicit teaching content strategies and active engagement techniques. His big thing was learning is not a spectator sport. So in a nutshell, what we all think the way that this is, effective teaching and positive learning. We need to be better teaching. So for true achievement, we must improve our structure. And the big idea around this was that collaborative culture of learning, that these guys paired up with another TLT and worked together. What can we do differently against that results? So, okay, Dr. Feldman talked to us, and I will go through this quickly, but there were 4 essential attributes to good instruction. And what's really neat is, as PD at the middle school and at the high school, all our teachers were taught these. We got the training from Dr. Feldman, and we came back and did 2-hour PDs. For example, our middle school, we had a PD activity where we did centers. We had 4 centers, and we used these 4 essential attributes of good instruction to impart that knowledge to the rest of our staff. So, Colleen had a center on engagement strategies with our staff, and then they moved on to the next. We did hypothesis strategy on explicitly teaching new terms, connecting and using the vocabulary. We had other strategies. We had higher order thinking skills. We talked a lot about those, incorporating those into our lesson, encouraging kids to use higher order thinking. There's lower order thinking that we do need to cover, but we want to continue to move up into those higher order thinking skills. And then the fourth one is scaffolding levels of support. And so we want to make our thinking visible, and on our cups we also have the I do, we do. There's also y'all do, and you do. The I do is we talk a lot about direct, explicit instruction. That if you implicitly think kids are going to get it, they usually don't get there. You have to directly and explicitly teach what you are instructing, and then you have to do it with the students so that you can clear up any questions that they have, let them experiment with it, and then you can work with partners. We do a lot of partner work. That's something that in my teaching really changed. When I ask a question, instead of waiting for that one student, and there's usually like 20% of the kids in your class who are going to be those kids raising their hand, it's like, okay, let me pose a question, and then talk to your partner about it. And I was in school, science was never my forte. evaluate student work so that they could see what was working and why, and what could we do different, what worked for you. And one of the things Feldman talked to us about is don't go back and think the first time you do something is going to be spectacular. It's going to maybe fail. But work with your partner, what worked, what didn't work, what can you change up, get some feedback, try again. We did a lot of that. And then the other thing that they were asked to do is work with that TLT partner, be an observer, meet, debrief, and then open and lesson applications. This is a learning walk observation tool, and I have copies of that if you'd like to close up. Personal copy. We use these when people would do a learning walk. We would have this in our hand and fill out as we're observing the teacher. And those, even though it's not numbered 1 through 4, but those are those 4 attributes of good instruction, and we look for those in a teacher while he or she's teaching. And on the back of the learning walk is instructions to the teachers on how to use them. So you ask them how to come in and observe, or you come in and observe me, please. You spend about 15 to 20 minutes, then you mark the strategies that they're using, you write questions, your observations, your wonderings, and then when you're done, you step out and follow, you write that in there, someone can cover for that teacher, or later, you give different lines, first you take them, and then number 2, you give affirmations, things that you noticed that went well. You know, students were doing this when you did this, it was helpful when you did this, and then you give actionable feedback, and that's what we grow and learn. We give each other the actionable feedback. I wonder if you could have tried this would happen. In my experience, I found this to be effective in certain things. So those were the actionable feedback items that really help us to stretch and grow. The thing he was very big on is there's no shoulding allowed. Meaning, you should have done this and you should have done that. We're not allowed to do that. It's not judgmental, it's not evaluative, it's just that actionable feedback. And from my perspective, both as a TC a couple years ago and now as an architect, we have a phenomenal staff of teachers. So just going in and out of each other's classrooms and learning from each other and providing that affirmational feedback is incredibly helpful. So the results then, again, PD at both our schools centered around these engagement content literacy strategies. All our TLTs have participated in learning walks, and a large percent of our other staff have participated. And we've even done, which is super cool, the cross-building learning walk, meaning Colleen hosted a learning walk and had several high school teachers come down to her classroom, and then who hosted? Michelle, Michelle hosted one at the high school, and we had several middle school teachers. So we'd like to do more of that, but we're learning from each other that way as well. So our goal is for learning walks to become a part of our school culture, and for us to talk more, share more of these engagement and content literacy strategies. So this is really cool. A TLT highlight for us was we got to host Dr. Feldman at Haslett High School. This is really cool. That was really super cool. Like we're the only high school that was really, I just brag on this a little bit, was really prepared to host as a high school. So we, that's us, yes. So we had colleagues from around the county come to our high school, and they were high school. Well, actually, what it was our TLTs from last year, so that they can keep refreshed on this. Instead of not having any TV this year, there were 2 days allotted to them to come back. And in the fall, Lincoln Middle School hosted training with Dr. Feldman, and Haslett High School hosted it in February. So we had Dr. Feldman come in February, and we had 6 teachers who, Rachel was one of them here, at our high school, 6, that opened up their classrooms and let fellow colleagues from around the county come in and do an observation walk or learning walk with them, and use that learning tool. Talk about intimidating as teachers who like to shut our doors to teach. Rachel was out teaching, and there were probably like 20 people in the back of her room with clipboards and filling out the observation tool. Just a little intimidating, but incredible when we stepped out in the hall with her and in a circle we gave affirmations about her teaching and then actionable feedback. And on a side note, one of the teachers who couldn't be here tonight, who was a member of these 6 teachers, asked me to share with you, that was one of his career highlights. It really affirmed what he's doing in the classroom, and he felt he really stretched and grew a great deal through this experience, especially this learning walk they felt. So hopefully we made that effective again. We were, from maybe next. So this was just a brief glimpse of the day. Feldman came and opened it up for us in the morning, and then you can see the 3 teachers there who did a learning walk round 1, and then we debriefed, and then we had a learning walk round 2. You can see the teachers who were all there. And then what was really, really cool was after lunch, Dr. Feldman taught about English 9 class. All the kids came down to the writing room, sat on the front, and then all these learning people were behind me. So it was kind of intimidating for them at the beginning. But as soon as he started teaching, they were very focused in on him. And again, that's why this credibility is so high for me. Is he actually stood up there and talked. And he opened up a unit on our sitting in a lace study for that play. So he we corresponded back and forth before he came, and we told him what we would be doing. So he did the normal school day, and obviously that was really cool. So I hope this first. This is just so you can put a face with the name. This is Dr. Feldman, and this is just his opening. He was thanking Art. Art does that. This is not about us. This happens. This presents something once a month. We're all on board and all our time. So this is.
That's somebody who understands just a little bit.
John, he's going to be our first TLT that's going to share his experience with us.
Sure. Well, first of all, I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for our staff, whether it's someone who's an English teacher, an English professor, someone with a lot of years experience. I think the thing I value from it was when we look at those 4 target areas, they're all central to instruction and learning. We look at engagement, we look at how we scaffold it, how we thinking, support mechanisms, and active language, and plug into these subject areas. And provide wonderful opportunities for a number of teachers to kind of learn through the same training. Some of the get things reaffirmed, you do in class, and then kind of focus, refocusing attention in other areas, and having some kind of language and approaches to it, how it's wonderful. Having jumped in last year and this year, I would love to see others, for instance, in social studies department, do this in a couple more years as we go through it to kind of look at teamwork and approaching continuity from classroom engagement. I think the other thing I really enjoy a lot with is the fact that, as mentioned, he walks along. So this training, that's all this teams you go through. In that 2 to 10 minutes where you're always engaged, he knows that within it. So it's very engaging, but it's also very hands-on. He's not talking about these things. He's giving you the rationale for it. He's giving you the information behind why you should be doing it. He's having you practice it. He's having you engage with it. And so in really real practical terms, you walk away, that's something we did here. And you can just start thinking, well, everybody's walking through that in my classroom, and changes stuff this way. So it was a very kind of practical terms for you as well. So I think there's a lot I just personally felt I got out of it. And I think a lot of colleagues, direct runners, both number of teachers, so having that experience, having some other criteria to look at, targets for it, just it's a very enriching experience. I really felt strength finding instruction, and those of you were being an interim teacher, and I think a lot of payoff for just this whole basic training that is a lot of decisions. sort of heart and soul of the work that's being held at school, and it's fun to say, I came to talk to a lot, so we can walk in today, and we're all going to talk.
We walk today, and this is going to show you our teachers. This is teachers who were part of the lane walks. And then, Josh, last over here put this together for us. He's one of the students we taking today, so we have potentially a 20-minute video that I guess we'd like to watch on over here. But it's a really cool synopsis of our day. This is just a brief snippet of our day. It's ultimately inappropriate, but I'll let you know.
Well, they'll relate to it.
We're all part of a project called Teachers Work Together. Raise your hand, students, if you think it's a good idea that we teachers improve our teaching. You know what? The teachers raise your hand if you agree we should improve our teaching. Or there's one, that's only half of the equation. Teachers raise your hand if you think it's a good idea that students improve their studenting. That's what the project is all about. It's figuring out how can we teach better so we can help you guys student better. Did you get out that sheet of paper?
So I was involved more in the first year of the TLT initiative, and I got to experience that protocol for teaching protocol firsthand. Because actually, the first year TLT were required to videotape themselves and post it on TeacherTube and a wiki. So Bellman could go through, and Haslett was one of the only school districts in the South Deval that actually followed through with that part. And he picked one of our videos and picked mine. So he approached me and said, "Can I use your video for the training in February?" Like that day in February. And I said, "Sure." And then we worked out for teaching protocol. He didn't tell me that before. So it was really nerve-wracking to have people, like 150 people there, I felt like, for teaching me, and they didn't make me leave the room or anything when they came, because they had positives and, the positives, and then they had the action feedback, I guess, and I actually got 2 cooking ups for doing that. But I think the biggest part is, besides, having that happen to me, and that was affirming too, that he picked my video to show everybody, because he thought I did a really nice job. He said that at the end. But was actually in science class having the kids write more, like write their predictions down. Like, just don't verbalize them, because sometimes you skip the whole, you speak before you think idea, but having them write them down and then share them, and then we talk about them as a group. And almost like I worked with new teachers this year, because that teacher were great, and most of the other counterparts that I got to work with this year, I've added that to our labs, to our lab activity. No, we need to have them write a prediction down. Like, they have to write it out. It's not just enough to say it out loud, because you gotta go back and revisit it to see if you're right or see if you were wrong. So I think that's the biggest part, was actually having them write things down. And on a side note about that video, had some very challenging students in that class that were in that video who did not want to do work. And Kevin Feldman even talked about how, everybody do everything might mean something different for everybody. So even if the student's not like writing it down, maybe they're still participating when you call on them in class, or maybe they're not talking, or maybe they're not being distracted. But everybody do everything can mean something different for everybody. It's just the teacher has to know, who can do what the expectations for each student is. So I thought it was fun. After kids ever having to critique me and not tell me, it was fun. And then the next day when I came back, a lot of people wanted to talk to me over to the side, which was weird. And I was like, I'm not, no, just watch the video. So it was fun.
Sure. I think your science is already hands-on, but you realize, like, in the 20 years I've been teaching, I was about, as a science, listening to writing notes, that's good teaching. But in the past couple years, I was our first TLT versus TLT person. I really realized that the engagement pieces needed, like, I can see them all responding and listening to people. That really, made a difference. So I had used to a lot in the classroom, kids sharing, and they talk about walking around, looking around, and looking for, I like to vote, you have to inspect, So we're inspecting and listening to answers, and so that you walk around looking at everybody's journal, make sure that they're right and participating. So engagement's great. I used to do my handhelds, and those panels are really important, because you need each other back and forth there, and we can get one down on each other, get this or that. Even just a simple one is pointing, everybody's pointing to it, and you walk around, sometimes you'll notice, oh, no, wrong part, so you know, understanding, not getting it by actually. On the walkthroughs, that was excellent. I love the feedback that we get, because usually some people think of something that I thought of, and they're like coaching each other, professional sports, like coaches, professional people like coaches, we got coaches. So we are each other's coach, and it's really good. I love the crossover. We're using the second response cards that I made, so nobody's looking down, and Rachel and Michelle Baker, there's administrators in there, and we left on K-State in my classroom, so we can all go out and talk about it. Like a week later, Michelle Baker emails me from high school, hey, we need to template for response cards, I think we can try them. So just the communication between two buildings is really awesome too. And then we got to go over to Marshall Beach, and it was great to see how, the middle school's doing it, high school's doing it, and what's coming our way. So I really enjoyed it, and the teaching is very different.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think a couple things. First of all, thanks for you all for being here. But, from my perspective, and I think I can speak for all of our administrators at 612, is that what's really unique about this process is it's not evaluative. This is driven by our faculty, and that's important to remember. I think so many times we try to top-down initiatives like this, and by forcing it down, you don't really get the results that we're seeing right now. And so this is really a grassroots project from our faculty, led by Diane Newman and others on our school improvement team. And it's just a really amazing and I think important process, because we're not talking about tardies, we're not talking about unexcused absences, we're not talking about fights in the hallway, we're not talking about food fights in the lunchroom. We're talking about what we should be talking about, just teaching and learning. And that's exciting stuff. That's great stuff. And it's people like these here to the left of me that really have taken the leadership and just taken it that next step for all of our kids. And I'm so very proud to be a part of it. And it's a wonderful thing. And the great thing about it is it's not over yet. It's only going to get better. And so that's what's really exciting. So I just share that with you all today.
And we have a goal that everyone, basically, pushing that everyone 100% participation in our PLT learning lots at our May 7th staff meeting. Everyone should have done one using Josh
instruct us.
You can tell, remember, you gave something, we'll tell the kids what type of question it is. So the first one is A, B, C, or D, if you had that choice question. So you'll find go part of your cards, and when you think you know what the response is, like if it were Mrs. Pringle's favorite food is pizza, lasagna, A, B, C, lasagna, C, tacos, and you're definitely like, I think the favorite food is pizza, or B, I think it's lasagna, something like that. So you go up there. Go ahead, Diane. First one, TLT is an acronym for, I know girls, teachers like coffee, teachers put together. Nice. Great job, the answer is C. Nice job. You will be on the front like you did. Teachers participated in learning class. What did they use to record affirmations and actionable feedback for their colleagues? A, a blue book, B, a little test sheet, or C, an observation tool.
A little harder.
Good job. Now, copy of me. Okay, John Gretchen, how are you using false? Find your true and false on your cards.
Where's Rockstar?
In Guru.
Did you only think musicians had groupies? Okay, the trainer for our TLT initiative was Dr. Kevin Baldwin, true or false? Nice job, nice job. And our final question is, this TLT initiative should continue, yes or no?
Oh.
Yes or false? Yes or false? These cards sit in the middle of a lot of classroom tables, and so they're available at any time. Great way for them to
Voting easier.
Every single PD I've gone to or hand out the Falcon with us, he always ends it with walking the talk. And as you saw in that, he opened our PD that day with that phrase, we're going to walk the talk. We will not talking and walking. So the bottom line is walking the talk, ensuring success for all of our kids. And this is so nicely into our RTI initiative. It's one of the architect core principles is ensuring success for all our kids. So we've been really excited to participate in this, and I'm hearing it's going to continue next year. Andy, did you want to put in a spot here?
The one part I guess I would like to share is, one thing I would want to share is just how amazing it is for our teachers to kind of tear down that wall, allow themselves to kind of be vulnerable to their colleagues, and take that risk. I made a comment one time before that there's an art and science to teaching. The art being how we connect with kids, how we build and massage those relationships. What the work that's being done now is the science of instruction and the science of teaching and really delivering the best lessons. At the end of the day, the most important thing we do is teach our kids. And I can tell you what, the work that these guys are doing is just phenomenal. And to have that culture where they are willing to take that risk with their peers and open up that door and be vulnerable. There's a lot of organizations across this country that can really grow and learn from the things that are happening right here at Haslett and at K-12 from that standpoint. But that's something I just really want to applaud all your efforts in the world to do that. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah, smart. And these are fabulous teachers, and I think everyone didn't. I got numerous emails thinking wanted to be here tonight, but kids softball, t-ball, very similar movement. So the devotion of this is tremendous, and there's a lot of stuff on the floor of my house that got chopped off here because we could talk forever on this. But thank you for listening.
I have a question.
Yes.
100% of our teachers will have gone through this.
100% of our high school staff is being challenged to do a learning walk by our May 7th.
Right.
And I'd say we're getting close to that, but we actually laid down that challenge. We presented a PD on that. We actually, can I share this? We took a video of Clark roughing, and we did an observation tool on roughing. And then Patty Terrace, myself, Dan McKinney, and Rob Ford were his team who did feedback, and then we circled around Clark and gave him some affirmations. And a lot of that. So we demonstrated to the whole staff. And just today, I was talking to a foreign language teacher who was excited about she met with another foreign language teacher who said, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to see what she does with her teaching. And she's going to meet with the other foreign language teacher and share ideas. It's just something that culturally as teachers we never really have done a lot of. And it just doesn't seem to make sense. So we're hoping, and next year we will be adding more TLT.
Right. Well, I applaud all of you folks for this. 4 years ago, I think we would have been hard pressed to have one or two teachers have a departmental person walk into your classroom and do an observation, or even just sit and watch. Let alone talk about some of these things. It's incredible, and it's more powerful than probably an administrator walking into your classrooms. So I applaud you.
Well, and Mike, just to expand on that too, and I said it earlier, but thank you, board, for supporting RTI in this district. Thank you, board, a year ago when we had to make some tough cuts and working with us at the building levels and Mike and Sharon and Steve to support our RTI coach at the secondary level. Even though we have her 50% at the high school, 50% at the middle school, Diane is certainly the one that keeps us headed in the right direction and keeps all of our arrows moving in the same way. And she's thank you. It's a whole team effort from top to bottom, that's for sure.
It's good material. That's what we should be doing, so it's not hard to.
Great work.
Any other questions?
So Diane, I was listening, actually, it's teacher learning together is almost a method of how you train, teacher training, regardless of the content. The Feldman stuff was more the content, wasn't it? Or was it a method? Could you apply that to other content? Could you take the peer learning, the walk-arounds, the sort of the method, and apply it to other disciplines?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said before, as a former teaching consultant, that was architect, I think the best job in the world is like going out of these classrooms to see what they have to offer and learning from each other and again teaching each other. Anything you imagine would be there. Absolutely.
If one of our teachers just sort of comes on to something that was really working, this would be a method for sharing with everybody else.
Absolutely. And even like I know Colleen and Christy, who's one of our PLCs this year, has put that into their professional growth plan. And they meet once a month and they try out new things and give each other feedback. They're committed to that once a month. So absolutely, they share that feedback.
What's really terrific, I just want to add just briefly, what's really terrific is to watch all of you who spoke and just watching you talk about this. And I think the ranges of years of education, teaching that all of you have had, but what a new excitement that this has brought into your careers. And then to have that turn around into the classroom with the students that are so fortunate to be in a classroom with a teacher who is as engaged, as excited about what it is that you're doing. So this is fabulous.
Nick teaches art. I don't know if you want to speak about it. Just think, and maybe it's so too, what you're saying. We have a gotten part of it as a teacher. It's not just in contact areas. We have some specials.
I guess being a visual person and a visual learner, when we get the chance to go into these other classrooms, I don't know if the general public would pick up on the little things that we pick up on, just how teachers interact with students, how they're communicating information. I guess that's what I bring back in my classrooms, how I know the content, how do I communicate that effectively to our students and learning. It's just whether science, English, wherever I pick that up.
Last thing I wanted to say is I know my content. I'm first lovers. I read books about what I teach all the time, but when I learn that I have to learn how to work that knowledge from students.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Our second item for discussion this evening is the Ingham ISD 2012-13 proposed general fund budget. And Steve's going to. And it's okay if you guys leave, it's fine, we're used to it. Thank you very much. Although, maybe you should critique. No, no.
Okay, payday's Friday.
Thank you.
Before we go, just refresh your memories, the state about 7 or 8 years ago now requires districts to individually approve or disapprove of the budget for the ISD. Essentially, they have to present it to us by May 1st, and we have to approve it by June 1st. We only have one meeting in May, so we have to basically decide whether we're going to approve or disapprove of the budget that they propose. We're fortunate to have Superintendent Stan Kogan in today at the Finance Committee meeting to basically go through the major details of the budget. I'm not going to do a lot of that at this point, but the bottom line is that the district's budget is about $21 million, but about 85% of the budget is flow-through money. So if you look at the real general fund budget of the ISD, it's only around $3.5 million. And so all of the other things are basically flow-through dollars like the sub-prong system, now the early childhood program, those GSLP dollars that go through there. So it's basically in and out. So if you look at the real budget of $21 million, it's really only $3.5 million that we actually, and I can pass some of these.
You don't need to.
If they were in the packet or not, so sorry about that. This is also available on the website if anyone wanted to.
We got it emailed to us too.
Website. Stan, they're really the main budget focus now. It's changed quite a bit over the years. I mean, they used to be kind of more of a pick and choose type of thing that they offered to districts, but now their main focus is really this RTI initiative, and that's really where they're trying to support most of the dollars. We got quite a few dollars the past few years, our dollars. They got our dollars. We got our dollars, and so that was the big push. And unfortunately, a lot of those dollars are gone, but they're really still trying to focus their staff and their initiatives on continuing to support districts in their efforts to support RTI. And I think that's really, we saw tonight how successful that is. But that's really what their focus is. And so they had to make cuts like we've had over the years, but that's really what their main focus on. They talk about it on page 3. If you go to page 4, this is really the actual dollars. As you look at this, they're actually proposing about a $600,000 deficit. They're going to use a portion of their fund balance. They have about $2.3 million. They're going to use about $600,000 to bring it down to $1.7 million. If you look at the percentage, like I said, most of the budget is non-discretionary. So if you look at the real budget, $3.5 million, a $1.7 million fund balance still is a pretty hefty fund balance as part of the real budget of the dollars they have to deal with. So I believe that they made about, I think he said around $300,000 to $400,000 in cuts. They originally started with about $1 million budget, so $1 million deficit. They made some cuts in staffing, but they chose to use part of their fund balance to do that. If you go on page 5 and 6, this kind of just gives you a breakdown of what their dollars are. As you can see, the top 2 lines, their major revenues are from property taxes and from Act 81. And so over the years, that Act 81 money has been up in the air. They talked about cutting half of it a few years ago. So if you look at that's really their 2 main sources of revenues. That's $3.5 million. Everything else, the incoming transfers and the grant money below the line, is basically that non-discretionary dollars that they have. And if you look at the next page of where those dollars go, most of those types of things are supporting those initiatives, that 85%, and then the other piece is what actually goes towards supporting our RTI initiative and programs. And so then on page 7 gives a little more detail what their programs. We have the early college program. That was a new initiative for this year. They're actually one of the things that Stan pointed out is that they're trying to get more support from non-public schools into that program. What they found is that some schools actually had more slots in the original budget for, and we actually lose the foundation line. So if a kid goes to their college, we're actually losing those dollars. So there were some districts that actually had more than they were originally budgeting for, so they decided to put a cap on that for some districts, so they have more available slots, and so they're trying to offer those to those non-public schools. I believe he said the target was around 90. So that's one of the new initiatives, the early childhood, the GSRP dollars. We used to get those dollars that would flow through individual districts. Now that's all being done to the county, which is good and bad. Good to the extent that they're doing it, but bad to the extent that we lose a little share of that because they take their cost off before, where we really didn't have any overhead costs that we would apply to that. But that's kind of in a nutshell what the budget is all about. And we've had a very good relationship with the county. I think they've done a nice job over the last few years of trying to, like I said, focus their initiatives on what districts really need. Unfortunately, as all of us, we don't have a lot of dollars available, so we're all having to make cuts and trying to maximize the efficiency in those programs that we still have. But that's kind of where we're at as far as the budget is concerned. So like I say, Stan went a little more detail. If you go onto the website, and if you actually, on page 7, I have a colored version, but you can actually click into those little sites and give more detail about what the numbers and what the dollars are for those programs. But it's my opinion that we obviously go ahead and support the budget as we have in years past. So
What are they facing? Well, are you satisfied with the way that they're continuing to be able to support us with our RTI
I think
efforts?
Sharon would probably be a better one to comment on that. I think, from my experience, I think that, unfortunately, we're out of the head. I think
Right.
most districts that
Right.
we're, ahead of the curve, and so, there may not be as much support because if you look at, we're always kind of the model district. When they look at RTI, they always point to Haslett as being, out front, as you can see, our teachers have really done a great job at that. So
We have talked to them about that. We've had some concerns about asking them to try to differentiate, like we expect everybody to differentiate the classroom. We ask the ISD to also not make this training so homogenous, and that give us what we need because we are ahead. They are planning to do much more of that next year in the areas of reading, math, and behavior, and they are designing particular trainings for districts that need Tier 1 training, which is what we do not need, and then trainings for people who really need to look at Tier 2 and Tier 3 and how to differentiate the students that are in those tiers. So I'm more hopeful that next year that we'll have a little more training that's more directed to our need.
Well, that's a gifted and talented version of it.
Gifted and talented version of our training. Yes.
we actually have a good partner with them in the sense that they've actually utilized our staff, not only Diane, but some of our administrators.
Diane and Judy in particular, Judy T. Green, have helped them. Judy has helped a lot of districts with the implementation of Read Street, and Diane, of course, is, as you can see, a star. So, but I've also told the ISD that, we're more than willing to help, but we want to learn. We want to be able to learn more. We know there's a lot more that we should be doing, and they're responding to that. The other piece which the ISD is going to actually help with next year's is the specialized software eliminated, and we're going to have, that's really not going to be that's not going to cost us anything. And they're using monies for the next 5 years to support the IP software for online IPs, and they're also supporting assessment software for us that we will be using for the next 3 to 5 years, and that's going to be at no cost. And then that will also include training. Our folks will be involved in 2 days of training in August, and then they're dedicating an employee to help with the implementation of that. So there's another area that we've got a year and a half, almost 2 years in finding the software.
Right.
But we're very hopeful with the implementation as well, that's going to help us be more efficient. Not initially, but in the end, after we're trained and have used it, be more efficient with it.
It was an effort to get everyone on the same software too. There were some that I think chose not to go with it, but
Not very many.
they, that's the county's been good in that respect, and they actually had some carryover our dollars that they used to fund this particular purchase of software, so that's why they were able to do that, because they had some carryover dollars.
One of the advantages of the IP, online IP software is if a student transfers within the county from one district to the other, and you're waiting for records, once the parents have signed and given permission to access those records, we can just, that ID just goes, so you have it. And that'll be a huge advantage. I believe there's only one district in the ISD who is not going to use the IP software in the county. So that's great. I think there are 2 districts that are going to use the assessment software, so that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So it sounds like they've kind of really honed in on what's a way for them to add value in the county, and we're experiencing it adding value to us in a way that we feel good about. What?
Yeah, they don't have as many dollars to do a lot of these little things that they used to do, so they've kind of combined their efforts to really put dollars supporting what the best initiative is, and I think it's the RTI team that they've talked about, so I think that's a positive thing.
Are there more worries for them with their funding coming down the pike than us?
The acting one is always kind of gone up and down, but that's, they're always the property taxes. They don't get,
Right.
our property tax values go
Right.
down. We
We
get
get the
national
difference,
state, but they don't. So not only general fund, especially has always been there, and I talked about that before, is that yes, property tax values are going down. That's a huge reason that we're losing dollars just because of property tax base. So both for general and special ed. So.
Any questions, or did you guys from the finance committee have anything to add? Or?
He did a fine rendition.
This is unrelated to the budget, but the early college program, let's hear how that's working. You know, maybe somebody might get back at some point and give us a little bit of a look back now that they've got it implemented. And
No, right, we actually have, I think, 7 students there this year, so we might be able to even have one of those students come and talk a little bit about their experience. I think we only will send 2 next year, but, it depends. It's a trade-off. Students have to kind of wait to graduate a year late, but when they graduate a year late, they end up with an associate's degree.
a year early.
A year early, but, they do give up their whole school, and then you go downtown to LCC, and it's a unique student that really fits, and there are, all kinds of students.
You say we'll only send 2 next year because there are only 2 who are interested, or?
2 who are
Yes,
interested,
yeah.
not because we don't have.
That's fine,
students.
yeah.
And we were going to do a visitation out there this spring, but they asked us to delay that. So
So we'll put that on, maybe get something, so you know, fall to talk on.
when I say delay, I mean all the superintendents were going to make a visitation. I think we were going to spend half a day out there. But, so I think it's still
In works.
in works. It's an ongoing process right now. I think there's been some glitches, but I think they're working through it. So.
I would liken it to online learning. When we got in the online learning business, I don't know how many years ago that was, there are certain students who really acclimate to that very well, not necessarily the ones you think will. And then the early college is the same thing. It's like, oh, this would be perfect for this particular student, and it may or may not be. And I think we're in the process right now, still trying to figure out which student it will work best for. And some, although they've had a really good retention rate in terms of, I think, only 1 or 2 students who initially said they would be a product drop, which isn't bad on the community. But there is a trying to figure out how that will work. And they're on a college campus, there's a certain amount of maturity that needs to be there. And, but it's great.
I have maybe a slightly unique perspective. I know 2 of these students.
Oh, do you?
We're having a good experience.
Yes.
Which I'd love to hear the
Absolutely.
school's perspective and the
Absolutely.
LCC's perspective.
We'll try to do something.
So with respect to the budget, any other questions about the ISD budget, or no? So Steve says he's comfortable with us supporting it. I think I heard that from the finance committee as well. So we'll have that action item next meeting. So, okay, great. Thanks, Steve. I'm sorry to make fun of you. I didn't know it was a bad day to do that. Okay, we move to board reports. I just wanted to give a quick report that last meeting, we conducted Superintendent Duda's annual review in closed session on March 26th, and that we had a positive conversation reflecting on his leadership and the progress towards the district's goals this last year and identifying some challenges for the future. And that in addition to that conversation, we used a modified version of a Michigan Association of School Boards rubric to rate Superintendent Duda and found him to be highly effective in the execution of his responsibilities over the last year. And that we'll be working this summer to create a new superintendent evaluation process as the revised school code regarding evaluation requirements starts with teachers and principals, but it reflects on the superintendent as well. So we'll be in a process to recreate that. And then per that review, we've also now got an action item today to extend Superintendent Duda's contract for 1 more year up to 2015. Policy Personnel Committee. Okay. Finance and Facilities.
Finance facilities committee met without me this evening.
We met without our chair. You want to tag team it?
Why am I not surprised?
Well, we talked about a food service collaboration, so we'll have more information a little later regarding that. And then there was the renewal of the technology and the financial services agreement that affect Jeff and Steve. And the agreement with our committee was that that is something that is working very well, and the 2 people that are primarily involved in running that program are satisfied with where they are with it, so we're going to encourage that we continue with that collaboration. Then we have a sinking fund project that we're looking into, the resanding, resurfacing, repainting, restriping of the gym floor that needs to be done every 15 years, Steve?
It's at the high school.
Is at the high school, yeah. So that will be done in July. And then, of course, we had standing and we talked about the IISD budget. Anything else?
You covered it well. Steve, if I could just ask you 20 seconds, this collaboration with Oklahoma's Food Service, I just wanted that for public record tonight.
Yeah, we're looking at all options, and we asked Oakland to put together a proposal for us for a possible collaboration with them for our food service director position. We have some arrangement in Waveson, and it works really well with all of the pieces that we have together with the business side and such. And so we looked at some other options, but that was one of the options that we looked at and discussed with the finance committee.
And the feedback, it makes sense. It makes good sense. It's a nice, easy transition.
Yeah, we've been the last 2 years, we've been on the giving end of our collaboration, we've been on the receiving end of the collaboration. So it's a switch for us, but I think it's a good switch. So and we're going to talk more about that as we get closer to that decision of what we move forward with. So.
And I do think that Oklahoma's Board of Education is having similar conversations about this right now, about adding Haslett, so just...
I know this because I had a conversation with someone.
Okay, good.
Schools coming together, so it was very good.
Okay. Items from board members. Any other thing?
A couple things. One, just kind of a question. I was driving down School Street in Linsett Valley, and I noticed a little bit of a weed garden growing out of the roof on the south end. Is that part of the roof that we're replacing, or is that something that's watched for?
Let's see there again.
But if you look up the roof, you can see by the end of the roof, some nice plants growing out of there. And the comment was made to me, I'm sure it's an ecological green roof.
This is around here?
Yeah, not a lot, just a few.
I have to look at that, I don't know. I know we're proposing to do a small section, but I don't know if that's the piece or not. I have to look.
If not, it might qualify.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe we just special grant for green roof.
Yeah, it's gotta be something, so there's a sign foliage.
The other thing that I had was, I was gonna make a comment on the robotics team, how they did. But rather than getting it wrong, I know this isn't a usual protocol, but Janet was out there and she was my source on how it went. Given the size of the crowd we had, I don't think we'd be unleashing chaos if we asked her to tell us a little bit about how it went, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure, they did great. Last year we competed as middle schoolers at Worlds. They actually did have a middle school level. And we came in 69. This year we competed as high school. We came up middle school freshmen and we came in 44th place there. So yeah, they did really well. Last year's world champions came in 47. So they really showed that they can handle big kids and they hold their own. And the kids are excited. They did the reveal for next year's game, and half an hour later the guys were sketching it to the dinner table. So yeah, they're excited. We have a special treat on the flight home. Tom is opens up the flight, and very pleased that you guys talk to the guys and you can pose for photographs when they landed in Lansing. So overall, just a thrilling trip for them and a great experience. Nick gets online and chats on the Bex committee has a forum, and so he met some of these people that he's been talking with, and turns out they're from all over the world. So as a parent, I just see more and more positive come out of this. This is great for them to make friends from all over the world, and kind of fast forward to college and their professional lives for them to have these contacts. Who knows, they might end up collaborating together someday. So thank you very much, and thank everybody for their support.
Good. Thanks. Great. Anybody else?
Yes, I do. On the front of the Haslett Schools webpage, we've got a couple of students, Division 22 students who won video competition awards. And one of those happens to be our own president's son, Patrick Gifford, but Austin Rosenbaum as well. And because Mr. David took it from me, I can't read it now. But Austin received first place in the news story category, and then Patrick took first place in the live sports announcer category. And let me just tell you, I one time was standing in the kitchen, and I had TV 22 on, and I was doing some things, and I'm listening, and I thought to myself, gosh, who is that kid? He's really doing a really good job. He sounds great. He understands sports. He's very articulate. And my gosh, if I don't go over and I start paying attention, it's Patrick Gifford. So I haven't known him a great job, and I think he is destined for ESPN these days. So just a nice shout out to those guys, but a shout out to the Bex Raptors too. Janet, just we have so many talented kids and doing so many great things, and so it's nice that Haslett Public Schools supports all of these different opportunities for them. So a pat on the back for those guys, but a pat on the
You
back.
have to mention this too, then.
No, I don't think I will. But thank you.
Oh, give it to one of us.
Our son is
That's-
on the
yeah.
front page of the golf section, and this was from Thursday, April the 19th. It's a Mid-Michigan High School boys golf preview, and Chris was featured as he was a dream team pick last year. So I don't know if you saw this in the big journal.
I did see it. Very cool. Just Haslett's just a great place to live and learn, right? That's Thank you, everybody. Okay, shall we move on to action items then? We have 9 of them. Does anyone need any of these pulled? Nope. Okay. All right. I'll read them off. We have 9. It's 9. Approval of the minutes of the March 26, 2012 regular meeting. Approval of the minutes of the March 26, 2012 closed session meeting. Approval of revisions to board policy number 7260, bullying, section 7,000 students. Approval of revisions to board policy 5202, social media conduct, section 5,000 personnel. Approval of revisions to board policy 4510, computer network policy, section 4,000 business management facilities. Item 6, the roof bid recommendation. 7 is approval of Superintendent Duda's contract extension. 8 is approval of 2012-13 Schools of Choice resolution. And 9 is the Tarrant Township Meridian 2012 summer tax collection agreement. All right, all in favor of approving those action items, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. And may I remind you all that we will need to return our closed session minutes that we were given at the beginning. To Cheryl.
You can pass it on down.
Okay, let's do this. Okay. Announcements. The next regularly scheduled board meeting will be held in the boardroom of the Haslett Administration Building at 7 on May 14, 2012. And we do not have a meeting currently scheduled on May 28th. Would like to make a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Move.
I'll support that.
Okay, all in favor of adjourn, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're adjourned. Rob, get to clerk. Thank you.
Chris, I probably won't be here before the May meeting. Okay, probably.
Okay, board reports, finance facility committee. Committee has not met. Policy personnel. We have met either.
I can just report that I think I reported to the board that I have not had Mr. Gard from the Michigan School Board Association, and a little disappointed that we have not something going with our review, but I'll continue to get our consultant going so we can keep going with that.
About our policy review.
Yes.
Okay, items from the board. Charlie?
I've got 2 items. Last Wednesday, I believe it was, Jeff and Kathy and I went to the LRN conference at Lansing Center. And as you know, this is the annual legislative conference. And this year, some of the themes were, Bill Ballinger talked about election year politics and his procrastinations. And we talked a little bit about the potential Bill Keith and Dr. what's his name? Eric Baldwin, their contest, and how that contest might come out. And since we're such a heavy Republican district, Bill Keith may have an uphill battle. So we'll need to be aware of that. There was a session on educators becoming legislators, because this year with 65 members of the House of Representatives being term limited, there's a lot of opportunity there for people who want to run for office. And they had a panel discussion with a couple school board folks that are running, seeking election, and it was a good panel discussion. And then in the afternoon, Tim Skubik was a moderator for a little panel discussion between the Democrat and Republican leaders of the House and the Senate. And that was an interesting discussion, because I think Jeff maybe want to talk a little bit about his comments that were made to some of our political friends there. But there was some discussion about the governor's proposal for third grade reading program. And Skubik asked all the members in attendance there how many of them supported this program, and give them applause. And there wasn't one piece of applause because nobody supported the program. It was just another program that we already have many programs in place for reading for our students, and if those programs will be, better funded, we could probably have better results rather than trying to reinvent the wheel and have another program that the government can spend its money on. So I hope the legislators heard us when we did not. Well, yeah, Jeff, I'm sure Jeff wants to make a couple comments. Then one clinic session I went to was on school finance picture for the future. I always seem to go to those, Dave. But Rick Peterson from your organization, MSBO, and Rick Terrace, who is assistant superintendent at House Schools and the brother of Patty Terrace, our basketball coach, talked about school finance for picture for the future. And I don't know, they paint somewhat of a gloomy picture, but there are some concerns for the future with increasing medical costs for the retirees, and it's almost a little bit like Social Security. Fewer people are going to be donating to that healthcare system, and there's going to be more people taking an opportunity to use it. So just like Social Security, where there'll be fewer of us supporting Social Security and supporting all the people that are there. At least I hope they support me. But it's that kind of a picture that we're facing. And one of the items that I did hear, and it's probably just rumor, that they are looking at the I can't think of what they call it, but the revenues into the school aid fund are for this year are maybe higher than anticipated. So we may get to share in a little bit of extra money, but it's until the last minute they won't tell us. So other than that, it was a very good conference, really. For nothing really hot going on, it was a pretty good conference. Jeff.
Yeah, as far as the conference, I can't remember all the comments. I think my question had to do with how they plan to pay for some of these programs that they were out there espousing. But one of the subjects that was addressed, an issue that came up, was the business of the consolidation of the school elections. And that seemed to be a very hot issue for quite a number of folks. And in fact, there was a proposed resolution that hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll look at here. The proposal basically is to move all the school elections to the fall and to consolidate them around the partisan elections. And I guess basically there's the 3 choices per year for one election. And seems to be a hot button for a number of folks at that. I also went to one of the breakout sessions briefly, and I saw the fellow was supposed to be doing our black guy there, and he apologized for not being able to be back, but with all the moves that they're having with the MASB headquarters, and he's got some additional duties as a result of some other staffings, but he did say he's going to be getting with us. Did you have some other?
I have one other thing. On Saturday, the 28th, I took advantage of a program that's being offered by the Lansing Area Manufacturing Partnership called LAMP. They were having orientation sessions for prospective students and their parents at the GM Training Center out in West Saginaw, and I went out just to listen about the program. And I must say that this is a consortium between the Intermediate School District, United Auto Workers, and General Motors. It's a program they put together to prepare students for manufacturing jobs of the future. And they're taking high school seniors, and they're going to school at the training center 2.5 hours every day, and they're studying in 8 different units. That they have a certified teacher there, or teachers teaching them 8 different units, dealing with the skills that a factory worker of the future is going to have. Now, this doesn't mean that these students are necessarily going to have jobs at GM. If there are any jobs, of course they won't. But there are a large number of automotive type people that are going to be retiring in the years ahead. And there's going to be a great need for skilled workers who are prepared to enter that environment. That environment has changed over the years. It's just not go in and do the same thing day in and day out. They're being asked to do a lot of different things and have a lot of different skills. And this program, which I wholeheartedly support, is preparing these students, giving them a good base for being able to go into this type of job. It doesn't say they can't go to college. We did hear from several of the students, and they plan on going to college. But they're getting some skills here that even if they go to college and they end up on the manufacturing floor, they're going to be prepared. And I think it's an excellent program. It's being expanded now to Eaton County, and I think it's Clinton County, which one of the other counties. So it'll be a 3-county program, and they're going to double the current 25 students up to 50 students next year. And they go 2.5 hours a day. They travel over to the training center every day. Absenteeism is not tolerated. I mean, this is just like going to work every day. And excellent program.
Can I speak to that?
Yeah, please.
Fortunately, this is the first year we have 2 students from Haslett on the program, out of the 25. Scott Fortner and Dale Max are both seniors, and they have enjoyed the program. I want to commend Guttard for really getting involved in that last year and pushing for these 2 students to get involved. He really got a campaign, an awareness campaign at high school among the students. Fortunately, we got 2 kids and chosen. It was a very rigorous selection process.
Yes, very rigorous. Yeah.
Both of them have benefited from it.
That's good. Continue to push it. That's good. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
On a much lighter note, I just wanted to report to the board that the gymnastics team competed at regionals on Saturday, and that was the first time, as far as we know, ever that a Haslett team has qualified. We've had individuals go before, so never a whole team, and they did very well, and it was a really good learning experience for all of them.
Well, I had quite a few things that have been going on, and constantly came across that, and several parents talking about the fact that it's been 13 years.
About 13 years was as far back as the records have
Okay,
gone.
and this is the first time we qualified.
So it's the first time ever the whole team
And I guess several of the kids did very well. One of them had their personal best.
Several of them had their personal best, yeah.
But as we're back, I was at the jazz night this past Saturday, and that was a very fun event. I would encourage folks to attend that. Mostly it was band parents and a few choir parents that happen to know about it. But I would encourage people to attend it. Very good music, very well done. There was even some dancing and not me, but it was a fun night, and I encourage people to go. We might even look into televising that or taking a video, because it would be a great program to put on during the television day on our TV channel. I also went to the middle school play. That was interesting. Saw out there and lots of folks. That was very well attended too. It was a fun evening. Part of what I've been involved with the high school plays, taking some pictures, and in between time, I just sort of wait for my son. I got to attend a couple of volleyball games, and those get to be pretty interesting affairs too. I didn't realize what the attendance level was for volleyball games, and they're really a lot of fun. A lot of folks are out there enjoying that. So, I want to comment on the many community activities that are going on. People really having a good time out there.
Good, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. We have 8 action items tonight. There's in addition to what was on the original agenda. Do I have any that people want to pull? Seeing none, Jeff.
Well, I don't really want to pull it, but just to comment on the travel or the trips that are coming up. I guess I'm surprised to see one 7 months out. I know we want to know about them in advance. It seems like it's a long way away. That's it's late into the fall that we would need to see that this soon. I think it's there's a lot of things that occur between now and then that we might want to know about before approving it. But I'm not really objections. I know they like to get their requests in. So, just a comment. Thanks.
Okay, she signs up for review.
Yeah, this one?
Okay, do I have a motion for the 8 items?
So moved.
Support. Okay, starting with item 1, the approval of minutes from the February 23rd, 1998, closed and regular board meeting. Item 2 is an out-of-state field trip request for the 8th grade to go to Senior Point. Number 3 is an out-of-state field trip request, close-up trip to Washington, D.C. Number 4 is an out-of-state field trip request, AP English trip to Stratford, Ontario. I think we all know why we had a discussion on it. Number 5 is the food services coordinator. Number 6 is the administering the election duties. This is to, for Bev, the board secretary, to grant those duties to Bob. Number 7 is the cancellation of the March 13th meeting, regardless of what it says in the back of the agenda. We will not be having that meeting since there's no reason to, the meeting was originally set up to take action on the reselling of bonds, refinancing bonds, and that is no longer fiscally appropriate. And number 8 is 2 commission requests for release for, one is for Rick Zucker, and the other one is for Hannah Bergman. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None? 7-0. The next item on the agenda is the superintendent's evaluation, which I will hold for just a moment. Announcements of future meetings. The next meeting will be on March 23rd, I believe it is. If I can get my page over to it. Yeah, March 23rd here at 7 p.m. It will be a regular board meeting. We now need to go into closed session for Bob's request for the superintendent's evaluation, and I do need a roll call vote for that. Cheryl?
Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Levitt? Yes. Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McIntyre?
Yes.
Mr. Stoner?
Yes.
Mr. Glenn?
Yes. As we go into closed session, we will be going off the air, and there will not be any action taken within closed session for the law. Thank you.
shine upon you.